and welcome to Liverpool City Region Creating Careers. On today's episode, if this video forms part of a special version of the Creating Careers series focusing on all different job roles within Keepmoat homes, and we're welcoming Ellie Chapman, who's a trainee sales administrator. Thanks for coming on today, Ellie.
No worries.
Brilliant. So students, as with every episode of Creating Careers, make sure that you have completed the pre-work for today's session. If you haven't, click pause, go to the description below. There you'll find all the links you need. There's one piece of pre-work for this whole Keepmoat series. Make sure that you complete that, and then you can start watching all the short video clips showing you different roles within the business. So Ellie, we'll start off. Would you mind just giving us an introduction to your role, please?
Yeah, so I'm a trainee sales administrator and I have a very varied role. So it consists of supporting the very busy sales team with a variety of administration jobs, such as like placing orders, dealing with customer queries, sorting out the deliveries and the emails, and just checking data accuracy and the invoicing. So just maintaining that the data that we've got for the customers is all up to date and correct.
Brilliant, wonderful. So what would you say, what do you love about the job?
So I love the people I work with and that I learn something new every day. It's a fast-paced role, which I love, and it's one that plays an important part in supporting the wider sales team. My biggest challenge is the amount of information that I have to take in. I haven't got the best memory, but we work with it, and I do make mistakes, but that is part of learning, and it's what everyone does in their day-to-day life. I'm probably my worst self-critic, so I think my confidence is also a big challenge, but working on it, that's still ongoing. But I work with a great team who are all supporting, and yeah, it's just like a family now, and they tell me how amazing I'm doing all the time, even though, might not be.
That's really interesting when you talk about your biggest challenges, like your confidence and that. So would you say your team is when you're trying to overcome those confidence issues, is your team your main source of support to do that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I actually go to a sales opening, which is basically a new site, and like the big bosses come, and I was really nervous because the big bosses were there, and I literally just phoned up my little manager, and then I was like, yeah, I need help, I'm nervous, and she just literally calmed me down straight away and told me I could do it.
And I suppose that's probably interesting, important for any job in any role that people do, to rely on the people around you to help support you. So that's a brilliant message. Thanks for that, Ellie. So the last time you were in work, what did you do? Talk us through your day. Give us a bit more insight into your role.
So I completed stationery orders. With us having like 10 different sites across the region and more coming, there is a lot of sales officers where our sales executives work. So when they need stationery like pens or Keepmoat handouts, new uniforms, all the good stuff, they send me information and I'll place an order and I'll like get stuff together to be able to get picked up or sent out. I also completed some purchase order requests. So when we are purchasing items such as furniture for new show homes or just like house fence boards for on the site, we need to complete like a purchase order so that when we send it back to the company, we can be able to pay and stuff like that. I also done some reservations for auditing. So when somebody reserves a house, they fill out a form which gets sent to me for processing. I go through all the information and check that the information is correct and complete, and all the internal paperwork for the customer's reservation. This is a valid part of the process as it takes a lot of attention to detail, gives me a good migraine, and at first I did get my like little mentor to check everything that I was doing, but now I'm fine. I'm just flying through them all.
Brilliant. So you're learning quickly and developing well.
Yeah.
So just to clear something up for students who will be watching, the sales department that you're working within, they are basically selling houses for Keepmoat, is that right?
Well, we have sales executives that are selling the houses, and then we have sales legal execs, so they talk like the solicitors, and if there's any problems that is more legal, they sort with that.
Brilliant, thank you for that. So how did you know that this is what you wanted to get into?
Well, I always knew I wanted to do something with property because I looked at property law. However, that means uni. I'm not a big fan of that. no more learning for me, no thanks. So I knew I also wanted to work in an office environment. So I literally was in college and my college teacher was like, listen, there's a job, I know someone, they knew Julie, and they were like, go for it. So I was like, okay. But at first when they offered me the job, Julie phoned me, I was like, no, because I was so scared. After my first initial shock, and I sort of spoke to my mum as you do, and got to meet the people and stuff. I just knew it was something that I wanted to do because I enjoyed actually waking up early and getting into work.
That's amazing. And I suppose that links back again to what you were saying earlier about the team support networks, and you mentioned your mum there. So using, you know, the advice and guidance of other people. And I think any job in any role always has a bit of nerves about it.
Yeah,
You've got,
definitely.
unfortunately, when something's new and you don't know it, it's like that fear of the unknown. You don't know something, it's a little bit nervy, but you know,
Yeah.
It's good for you to get through that, isn't it? And you know, you develop, like you said, you develop loads.
You feel like you succeeded in something once you've got yourself. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you. So what careers advice then would you give to your younger self, the school version of you?
I'd recommend getting some better work experience. I done a lot of volunteer work. I done like feed the homeless and a lot of community work and stuff. So I feel like that gave me a good step up, because it wasn't just saying that I work for no money, it was also the skills that I gained, and it would just help me answer interview questions with real life examples. Definitely not to overwhelm myself and keep an open mind when job hunting. I wanted to work, as I said, I wanted to work in law, but didn't want to go to university, so I just went a different route. I work closely with the legal executives, so I'm still learning the legal aspects, so I'm still getting closer to where I want to be, and definitely to work on my confidence and just get that out the way when I was younger would have probably been a lot more helpful. But I would say I'm a lot more confident now.
Real. And I think that's a key message that students should take home. You know, you've got an idea in your mind where you want to go, maybe down that legal side, and not everyone has to take the same route.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to go down the university route. There's lots of different avenues you can explore, getting your foot in the door somewhere, you know, and working your way up. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much. So just to finish off, on that topic of your younger self at school, what knowledge or skills do you think that you learned in your time at school that you still use today in your job?
I'd say that English and IT play a big part in my daily life. As my current role, I need to be able to communicate, write a lot of emails, place orders, and use a lot of the Microsoft Office and internal platforms. But also the organisational and time management skills probably have stemmed from school. So like in school, obviously you'd have to make sure you have all your stationery, all your homework done, you've got to make sure you're up and out the door by a certain time, so you don't miss your bus or you don't miss your train, however. But yeah, I also think because I worked part-time whilst I was in school, it was a good way for me to balance things in my life and just see how to prioritise my time and stuff like that.
Amazing. Thank you so much for today. It's been really useful to get that little insight, you know, into what you're doing and that role at Keepmoat Home. So I can't thank you enough. Students, if you've got any questions for Ellie or any questions at all about Keepmoat Homes, send them into careershub@growthplatform.org. And don't forget to complete the Creating Careers roadmap. It's the Keepmoat Homes version of the roadmap that has the opportunity to evaluate your interest in all those different quick videos you're going to watch within this series. So thanks again, Ellie, and thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Creating Careers.